Right, welcome back to another sneak peek video from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. In this video, the previous video on the channel, I talked through the components of a new baseball GM game that's codenamed Diamond Dynasty. In this video, I'm going to show you, we're going to walk through like how to do one team in the off season. So I've already done one team over here, and that's Port Morgan. You can see they've got quite a few young players, so young to middle of their career. And this was the team before. They had quite a few young players, 1, 2, 3 rookies who are now, let's see, 3 of them are stars, and 1 of them progressed just a little bit. So they also have 1 spot available for another rookie, so they're going to get a little bit younger as well. And then Pine Hollow, different sort of, they're a little bit younger team as well. They're going to be carrying over a net income of 6. Pine Hollow actually won the championship. They won 6. They had 6 wins. They went 6-0. They had $58 of income. They didn't carry over any gains. They actually carried over a loss in the previous season. So that loss meant that on top of their player salaries of 37 and their facilities fees, they needed to add 14. So 39 plus 14 was 53. And thankfully, they won a lot of games to cover that $14 loss from the year before. You can think of these in millions if you wanted to. So a $14 million loss if you want to kind of think about actual real terms. And they wound up with a net of 6. So 58 minus 53 is 6. Actually, it's 5, I guess, huh? Oh, I added in a 1 because they were, what did I add in? It wasn't that. It should be losses carried over, team player salaries. There should be a place for bonuses. So they won the championship, so they should actually have 8. So it should be 8. So let's just change that here. So when you win the championship, you get $3 from the previous year. So I got to put that in there somewhere with extra bonuses. Team upgrades give you special kinds of things as well. So do off-season events. So I'll have to put in there any bonuses, maybe up here. We can put any bonuses or upgrades. So they're going to carry over $8 into the new season, and that's a plus $8. So they can, we have our off-season progression here. Again, if you not familiar with this, just go to the previous video I did, and it'll walk through all the components. But you can see the off-season progression here. Team upgrades, off-season events, retirements, player development, player cuts. You can draft or create rookies. You'll have to do up to 2 per team, and you need to fill in those 2 spots before you can go over and fill in any free agents. So we'll see how this goes for them. I'm going to skip team upgrades and off-season events for now. Those are sort of optional. The upgrades, you can do them or not do them. You can find them here. So the team upgrades, there are permanent ones that cost a little bit more, but these occur every season. So you hire an analytics department, you get a +1 to game rolls, and you can choose any 2 games during the season. You get a +1. So they're not hugely effective, but they're kind of costly. And then you have seasonal upgrades, which can also, so $1 per win in this season for a fan loyalty boost. So you pay $2, you get $1 per win extra. So instead of $8, you get $9 per win. For these guys, obviously it would have been 6. You pay 2 and you get $6 extra. So it's a little bit of a risk reward. So you kind of have to play that in to what you're doing. All right, so let's get over into this one. We need to figure out, we already have figured out the retirements. So year 2, if a player is a 5 in their age and the season ends and he's a 5, Malik Vaughn retires. That's an automatic retirement. So they only have 1 of those. If the player is a 4, you can see here in the aging, a 4 is an aging player. He's going to get -2 to his development roll, and he has to roll for retirement. So you look here, if the roll is 1 or 2, the player retires immediately. A 3 to 6, he'll return for 1 more year. So I've already rolled for these guys. So Roman Glass is going to come back for final year. And Amir Winters retired. So even though he was a 4, he rolled a 1 or 2, and he has to retire. So that's 2 star players that they're losing right now. The rest of these guys are going to come back for another year, and we'll have to make some decisions. So obviously you want to keep your young stars, which this guy is going to be a 4. He'll be an aging player, but he's already a 7 skill. But he does cost 9 because he has the 2 stars. So let's look at this one. We're going to keep Elijah Vaughn. He's a middle-aged player. He's already a 6 skill and an 8 salary. He's 2 stars. And so when we look at our player, we're into player development now. When you look at player development, you can see here, this is the development result, and this is the player aging. So he is going to be a veteran. And a veteran means that on this roll here, we subtract 1 on the roll. So he is a 3. He's a veteran. We're going to subtract 1 from the roll. I'm going to roll both of these together because it's just easier to roll 2 dice than 1. But we're looking at the black die. So now we're checking here. We need to subtract 1 from this roll. We have a 5, so that 5 becomes a 4. And on a 3 or 4, there's slight growth, a +1 to his skill level. So for Elijah Vaughn, he is going to go from a 6 to a 7. His age is going to progress 1 year. And then his salary is his skill level plus stars. Because he's a 5 or greater, he's going to get 2 stars. So we add the 2 stars to the 7, and he's now a 9. So his salary goes up, his skill level goes up, and his age go up as well. Xavier Crane is he's sort of in his prime right now. He's a 3. He has a chance to to jump up. It's not quite as big a chance as if he were a rookie. So if you're in your prime, there's no modifier on the player development roll. And so let's go ahead and roll for him and see what happens. We may want to cut him before we add him to the roster. Okay, 6 is a great roll. And 6 means that he goes, you can see here it's a breakout, +3 to his skill points. So he goes from a 3 to a 6 in his sort of prime years. So we are definitely going to keep him. We have some money to play with here, right? We're carrying over $8, $8 million, however you want to think about it. You're carrying over some money, so you can carry a little bit more star power and a higher, what do you call it? A higher salary. So you can kind of think like that too. These guys don't have as much ability to do that. They're coming in with $32 in the hole. So even if they win it all, it's going to be tough for them to continue to make money. They are probably on their way out in the league. For Xavier Crane, he goes to a 6. His age is 3. And then again, it's $1 for each one. Because he's a 5+, he's going to get 2 stars. So now they have 2 stars where they only had 1 star here. He wasn't a star yet. And then you get to $1 for each star. So 6 + 2 is 8. So now you have these 2 guys. So your catcher and first baseman are both star players. Now this star rating is going to come in whenever you play games. So you have your total score, which is all of your skill points put together. And then you have your star power as well. So you have a total score and your star power, and then whether you're at home or not. So this number here and this number here are very important for gameplay. So the more stars you have, the better off your team is going to be, which is generally how it should be, I think. And then next guy up is Max Thompson. Now, Max Thompson, I'm pretty sure we want to keep. He is a veteran, so he's going to have a -1 to this roll. So we'll see how he goes. He's at a skill level 4 right now. This becomes a 1, and a 1 means a regression. So -1 skill point. So he goes from a 4 to a 3. When you look at our second baseman, these guys are going to be picking last in free agency. So I can carry Max Thompson. He's still got maybe another year. Let's see. So Max Thompson goes from a 4 to a 3, and he'll be in his 4th year. So he does cost the team a little bit less money as well. Next up, Grayson Clark. Grayson Clark is a mid-level player, and he is going to... we're losing 2. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Third and short. There's a chance you could get a good third baseman. There's a chance you could get a good shortstop in free agency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these 2 guys. They're both 1s. They're both toward the end of their career. And I'm going to add them to the free agent pool. So the third baseman, Grayson Clark, great name. 1, 3, actually he'll be a 4. Huh? He'll be a 4, and he just costs $1. For the shortstop, Roman Glass. A 1, he'll be in the final year of his contract. So this is from the season before, so he goes up a year. And then we're also going to cut Connor Maddox, the center fielder. So this team is going to have quite a bit of turnover and take some risks. So Connor Maddox, a 0. He is 3 in his age. So not really a lot of chances for him to be able to increase. And he's going to cost $1. But if you wanted to take a chance on him, you could. So we released these guys to free agency. And him. So that helps us kind of keep track of things, you know, who we're bringing over and who we're not. So third base, shortstop, we have a star left fielder, Leo Holloway. He's in the veteran stage, so he's going to subtract 1 from this roll. That becomes a 2. A 2 is no change. So he is exactly what he was before. Leo Holloway. He is skill level 7. His age goes up. He's going to cost $9, and he's got 2 stars. Remember, anything greater 5 or greater here is 2 stars. Anything 4 is 1 star. So you can see a 4 level skill is 1 star. We're skipping the center fielder. We're going right to the right fielder. He is retired. So all these guys. So this, we got to fill in all these blanks for this team. And we have our player cuts, and we need to go ahead and let's go ahead and create the rookies. We'll do it for this other team here too. So they have 1 open spot, so we need to make a rookie for them. And the way we do that is we use our names sheet here. So you can see we have cities and mascots, but we also have first and last names. So let's get a player over here for Port Morgan. A 15 is Riley. Last name, Simmons. Riley Simmons will be the new rookie left fielder. And then we roll here, and that's a really good roll. So we get a 5. So he's going to be a 2-star. Actually, he's not. For the rookies, you look on the draft, create rookies. 4 to 5 is skill level 2. 6 is skill level 3. 1 to 3 is skill level 1. So that's where they sort of start out. So they're drafting a skill level 2 rookie, first year, and he's going to cost them $2. But he's a promising rookie, but not a future star necessarily. So Riley Simmons fills out their roster, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars. Their salary, we won't deal with that. 9, 11, 16, 18, 20, 28, 31. So pretty loaded and stacked team compared to their previous year. Their previous year they were at 26 with only 2 stars. Now they're at 31 with 7 stars. And basically the way you figure salary is each star adds to the skill level. So 31 plus 7 is 38. So now they have $38 for their salary. They're up 10 from the previous year, which means that they have more star power, right? Your salary goes up because your players are better. So that's not a bad thing. They're already $30 in the hole, and so we'll see if they make it to positive ground. But 31-7, they are going to be the odds-on favorites to win the championship for the next year. So they may actually climb their way out of the hole. Let's see. For these guys, we need to figure out 2 of these spots. They have 5 spots they need to fill. And there are lots of free agents here. Pine Hollow. Where did they wind up? We can look on our seasons. Pine Hollow won the championship, so they're going to be choosing last. They can't really. There might be some. This is why I like to do rookies last. So that's what I'm going to do. I like to do rookies last so that I can get a whole landscape of what everybody's doing and choose which of these positions I want to be rookies. Because you can see here, these outfield positions, left field and center field, are really great. They need a center fielder. This is one team here that's already filled out. They don't need a center fielder. Looking at our progression for the other 2 teams, Jordan Mitchell has retired and Leo Serrano. So both of these teams are worse teams, and they're going to get first choice at a center fielder. So you can't guarantee center field. What else do they need? Third base and shortstop. They have a great third baseman. So you can probably book it. That third base is something that you can do for free agency. This guy is a rookie with a level 3, so he's going to be really good for the future. Shortstop, Jake Mitchell. They don't need a shortstop, and they probably don't need a shortstop either. So we can bank on those 2 guys being free agents who are available. Center field, right field. Center field, you probably can't guarantee that guy is going to be there. Right fielder, he's going to be pretty good. But teams that are worse than you need it. One of them needs a right fielder. And a starting pitcher. We got one here. This team was worse than Pine Hollow. So you can think that they're probably going to snatch up a starting pitcher. But they may be releasing players along the way, so we just have to see how they work out. So you can take some guesses here and just say we have a shot at the third baseman and the shortstop. We need to choose one of these players here to do the rookie. So let's just do the center fielder. We know that one we're not going to have a chance at a free agent. So rookie center fielder. 24, that's going to be Eli. And his name is Eli. I don't want to do Simmons again. Eli Fields. So Eli Fields is our new center fielder. We roll a 2. He's skill level 1. And he's a rookie. And he's going to cost us $1. Let's do the... Oh boy. Is anybody going to get rid of the right fielder? Probably not. Starting pitcher. There might be a starting pitcher available, so let's go ahead and roll for the right fielder. I don't think anybody's going to release a right fielder. 43 will be Calvin. So we're going to be a little light in the outfield. We got a Hall of Famer basically over here in the left field if he continues on his trajectory. But we have Calvin Brooks in right. He's going to be a rookie. Well, let's see. A 6 is a level 3 rookie, but we get another 2. So this is another low-level rookie starting in the outfield. And so Pine Hollow, who won the championship before, is going to probably take a little bit of a step back here. They will be able to get a third baseman and a shortstop, so that will be okay. But odds not looking good that they're going to get a great starting pitcher. So let's go to the next team. Next team is Brookdale. So they're Team C. I only put that in there for scheduling purposes, and really, I probably don't need to do that anymore. I just follow the schedule from before. It's exactly the same schedule, so I just sort of go through each one and print it in. So Brookdale, they have a catcher retiring, left field, center field, and right field. Their entire outfield is going to be new. And then they have a starting pitcher that I'd probably like to just release. And maybe we'll stick with this rookie here. Tyler Brooks is retiring, so that's no big deal. But Jalen Rivera is someone that I want to keep. He is coming back for one more year, and he is playing first. Let's see. So Jalen Rivera, we're going to keep. He's going to go to age 5. So this will be his final year. He is, we've already rolled for him, so he's not retiring. If you see a 4, he's retiring. We've already rolled for him. We get a 4 for Jalen Rivera, who is age 4. That means this is a -2. So this is a 2, and a 2 is no change. So he is going to stay at skill level 4. His salary stays at level 5 because he has 1 star. So 4 skill level plus 1 star equals a $5 salary. So Rivera, no change, doesn't become the superstar that he had the potential to. Leo Evans, we're going to stick with him and try to see what he can do. Let's see, before we decide that. I can't have a 6, so 1. So, actually, we don't even need that. Leo Evans, he's a rookie. And a rookie gets +1 to this roll. So we get a 5. 5 becomes 6. Now 6 is a +3 to his skills. So a breakout year for Leo Evans. And really good that we keep him. So he goes up to a 5. His age is just 2. And he's going to have a 7. So breakout year, he becomes a superstar. For Brookdale, and that's exactly what they needed. Jordan Foster, already a superstar. He's age 3, so he's going to subtract 1. You can't go less than 1, so we have a 1, and that's a regression for Jordan Foster, but he'll still be a level 5 player. So he'll be a 5. He'll be in year 4 now, and he's a 7 as well. So dropped off a little bit, but still superstar status. Elijah Cruz, we're also going to keep. His 6 becomes a 4. A 4 is slight growth +1. So even though he is entering his final year, he continues to play well. And Cruz is going to become a 4, and he goes from a almost star to a star in his final season. And he's going to get paid. So you can see now the stars are stacking up for this team. These 3 are empty. And then we're going to send Malik Cooper to the free agency pile. This will be my last team here. I'll have to finish out more this season later. Malik Cooper. He's a 1. A rookie. And so we're going to try again. We have a chance to get Leo Holland. So we're going to let go of that player. And so you can see we have a lot of spaces to fill. So starting pitcher, we're going to try to get from the free agency pool. So now we have, kind of have to look at what's here. Left, center, right. We are better. This team, Brookdale, is better than Pine Hollow. So in the evaluation, Pine Hollow is not going to be doing anything here. Brookdale finished. Brookdale and Shady Springs. Port Morgan, they would be first, but they're not. So now the first team is going to be Brookdale. So they're going to have the first pick in all of these free agents. So they can kind of go through and figure out who they want, and they need a lot of free agents. So this is a good, well, he's an old man. He'd been his last year. Left field, that's a star. Center field, so they're going to be able to pick up a couple of stars and really get back into the winner's circle. Isaiah Thompson, he's a good player, but he's old. And Leo Holland, he's a young superstar. So a rookie, he's 4. So starting pitcher, definitely. Left field and center field, definitely. So we need to roll for a right fielder and a catcher. So you can kind of just do a little bit of quick evaluation based off of who is picking in front of you and just kind of see how those things go. So let's roll for a catcher first. These are your rookies. 65 is Emilio. And 31 is Ramirez. Emilio Ramirez. And his skill level as a rookie is going to be skill level 1. So the next one is a right fielder. 32 will be Josh. And his last name is Josh Simmons. I'm going to stay away from Simmons for a bit. How about Josh Evans? That's a good one. Sounds like a football player. So Josh Evans in right field. He's a rookie, but his skill level is level 2. So that's a little bit better. And he'll make $2. All right, so Brookdale will need to fill in these 3 spots with free agents. They get the first pick for free agency. So you can see they're going to have the opportunity at left field, center field, and starting pitcher. So they're going to pick up some star players, and they will have turned the tables in a huge way. You can see that they only won 2 games from the season before. They were the champions from the first season. And they had a huge, not a huge drop off, but enough because Shady Springs played well too. All right, so that is filling out some of these teams. So you can see with free agency left, Port Morgan, the worst team, is going the youth route. These guys are filling in. They need 3 more free agents. Brookdale is going to be filling in with a few more free agents, and we still have to do the Shady Springs team. I'll leave it at that just because I need to go. But this is a new GM game. Again, it's called Diamond Dynasty, and it will be available when it's available. I put together a little bit of a yearbook for each year. So the first season, Brookdale was 6-0. They won the championship. Pine Hollow came back. They were last in season 1. They had a big turnaround in season 2 because they had a lot of young players who matured and became stars. And they went 6-0 in season 2. Shady Springs has been the runner-up each season. We have some Hall of Fame players. These are players who retired with 2 stars. So Brookdale had 3 Hall of Famers on this championship team. You can see he retired in year number 2. But 2 Hall of Famers, center fielder and starting pitcher. Quentin Sanders with Shady Springs was also a Hall of Famer. And then here, Brookdale had another Hall of Famer in center field. So they've had 2 Hall of Fame center fielders. I think they picked him up at the end of his career. There are future stars for Port Morgan. And you can see that Port Morgan has made a huge leap to a 31 skill level with 7 stars. These guys were, it's kind of fun to see these. Nolan Pacheco and Xavier Crane were future stars. Now they're 2 stars. And Pine Hollow, Xavier Crane, now he's 2 stars as well. So you can see how it is predictive when you have a rookie as a level 3. For Isaiah Reyes and Owen Ramirez, Isaiah Reyes now a 1 star, and Owen Ramirez also a 1 star. So they're climbing up. They're only in their 2nd season. So pretty cool game, I think. I think it's got a lot of like really fun kind of decisions to make along the way. You're mostly roster building and you're mostly team building, but there is kind of a fun element with the playing the games. But good teams are just going to beat the crap out of bad teams, and the teams in the middle, you know, they could go either way depending on their dice rolls. So that's kind of a fun little thing. All right. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Like I said, this is coming out at some point, but you can see here, you know, I'm still writing little notes and I'm still writing the game guide and stuff like that. Just smoothing out gameplay, making sure that it's easy to transition from one thing to another, that you know what your options are for cutting players and what to do with those. I need to create a proper yearbook page for you to print out. I need to create a proper free agent list for you to keep track of all your free agents as well. And to decide, do we want to do multiple positions for free agency or have it kind of limited like this where there's only 1 free agent per position? I've done both of those and both seem to work okay. We'll see if the 1 player per position keeps those like year-to-year swings, or I feel like the teams evened out quite a bit more. So you can see there were 2 teams with a loss financially in the first season, but only 1 team with a loss in the next season. So maybe it's just the luck of the draw to begin the year, kind of like with a draft when you begin a league or something. And then everything starts to even out over time as you add more players and as more players move around through free agency. So we'll just have to keep playing this out and see how it goes over the long run. And so I'll have more data. Ideally, you would play 5, 10, 15 years, seasons of this, and then you get like a real snapshot of what's going on. You'll see who the great teams were, who the teams who had the advantage, and they took advantage by either having better off-season events, which are random kind of events that happen to you, and also team upgrades and team progression. So did you build your team well when you were rolling? Did you put upgrades in that are going to help your team over the long run? Which way are you going to go? Are you going to go player development and try to bring in young players, or are you going to and then try to hit it big, kind of like the A's do? Or do you want to bring in like top level free agents and have them for 1 year and lose them and that kind of thing? So it's a lot of interesting ways to go about doing this, and hopefully it's interesting to you. I know this game is going to appeal to some people who like OOTP and you know, different kind of management, GM management games. This is the kind of game that gets me jazzed up because this is what I love, not necessarily playing out every single out and hit and all that kind of stuff. But I love GM games, and this is really my heart. So I'm glad that this is getting closer to being finished, because this is the kind of game I would want to play. So if you do too, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, leave it down in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can click on subscribe and you'll get notified of new videos when I put them out. Typically 1 or 2 a week, but sometimes more, sometimes less. Usually not less, but sometimes more. And yeah, love to hear from you. You can join the Facebook group by going to Facebook groups and looking up Clark and Addison Gaming Company. Answer a few questions, agree to the group rules, and I will let you in. that's where you're going to be on social media getting the most up-to-date kind of stuff from me. I don't personally use Facebook that like I used to way back in the day, but it's great for groups. So that's what I use it for. And so I'm very interactive with this particular group. If you have questions, if you want to know any kind of information, you want to get insider information, that's the place to go. I also do present these videos, first looks, sneak peeks, that kind of thing here on the YouTube channel. So Facebook and YouTube are far and away my go-tos for social media for this hobby. So if you join one of these or both of them, you're going to be in the know with everything with the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. There are other games. You can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can pick up football, basketball, baseball. I have other games as well. I'm starting to roll out AIG basketball, so you can go there and check that out. I will be rolling out AIG hockey probably pretty soon, and AIG baseball is coming. AIG tennis is coming. AIG golf is coming. So lots of different, and that stands for AI generated. So I've collaborated with ChatGPT to create some specifically AI generated games around those different sports. So that's not just me putting pen to paper, it's me working with and in collaboration with the AI to create the game. So that's kind of a new design aesthetic for me, and just trying that out and seeing, what comes. What kind of ideas does the computer generate offhand when I say, build me a game with these parameters, and I'll see what comes out, and then we'll begin to work together to shape that into a game that's fun for human beings at least, and that's not too complicated. So that's how that worked out, and so the AIG series was born, and there'll probably be more coming for that too, sports and stuff like that, as I begin to explore and get these games out the door. The basketball seasons 1970 through today are completely finished, the player cards, and then the game engine is finished, so I'm going to begin to release those seasons out. I think you can get one on the page right now. So 85, 86 NBA, you can purchase that. It's ready to go today. I just have to get more seasons pushed out. That's really what it comes down to, is I got to get more seasons pushed out onto the website. But you can find that. It's right at the top of the homepage, or you can go to the new releases and you can see that. It's clearly labeled AIG basketball, and more AIG sports are coming. There's also a little racing game, which was a lot of fun to make, and I'm trying to do that as a physical game. So that'll be sold at the Game Crafter, and you can purchase that as a physical product, not as a PDF download. All right. Any questions or comments? Again, leave them in the comments section. Thanks for riding along with me on this. There's lots of stuff coming out. If you are connected to me, you're connected to somebody who never stops making stuff. So if you don't like that, maybe there's better places for you to go. But here, it is a creator maker space. And so I'm always showing you what I'm working on, including this game. And there'll be more to come with this, maybe full videos of running through an entire season. And you can just see how that plays out all along. But I just need to get a few things smoothed out a little bit more. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.